Hey guys, how's it going? Maniac Mower here. Last video we did on the 212, we were trying to get it to go again. We had the motor fire over and had some pretty good luck. Unfortunately, here's how it goes. A couple days ago I had put some oil in it. I filled it up to the full mark. And I looked in here the other day. There is not a drop of oil in there. So, but here's what throws me off, and that is in there. It's in there as far as I can get it. And here's what throws me off. There's a little puddle right there, but there is no oil leak indication under the tractor at all. And right here's where it was sitting. So here's how it goes. I stuck some oil in the engine last time I ran it, or somewhat had it running, and I parked it. And I came out the next day to check the oil because I noticed up front there was a gasket that was leaking and it was just completely out. And if that's all that was doing it, then the oil wouldn't be completely empty because it's up there where the gasket's bad. So there's no way it would be draining all of the oil out of this engine. So I think we've got some bad. I know a lot of you guys aren't going to be too thrilled, but we've had the motor running. We know it runs, but unfortunately we're going to have to pull this motor. I have another motor around back. Now, I know what a lot of you guys are saying is, put a new gasket on there and try it. Or, if it's cracked, you could grab another block. I do have another block, but problem is when I pull a motor apart, I usually don't put it back together right. And I was looking at this a little bit more, and something's not right inside, so that's why it hasn't been running right. And something for the fuel pump is broke off, so it's got a good fuel pump on it. I did test it, so it should be pumping fuel. All the gas is drained out of it, I'm pretty sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on ahead and just we're going to pull the motor out of it. We got to swap the stator onto the new motor. I'll show you guys the new motor real quick. Here's the motor that's going to be going into it. If you don't remember, this is the 1971 112 that I got with that round fender. It's a K241. It's a 10 horse. It's not a 12. Unfortunately, so this motor is going to be going on there. I know a lot of you guys wanted to see that other engine run that's on the tractor currently, but that thing just needs a little bit too much work. So we're going to get this motor pulled and we're going to take it up there and get that one pulled. And only problem is right here, your oil dipstick is right there by the muffler. So that's going to have to be something I play with. I have another dipstick up there, but the problem is it goes in right here. This one goes down there. This honestly looks like a 140 engine that was in the John Deere 140s, but it's not. It had a muffler. Its muffler was right here, and it went out the thing on here just like the 68 does, but I don't have one of them anymore. I sold that a while back, and I kind of wish I wouldn't have. I do have the one in the 68, but I'm not pulling that one out of the 68, so we're gonna have to try something else. This clutch is just completely burned out. So that's the plan for this. No clue why the tractor was parked though before I got it. So I'm kind of hoping it was nothing serious. It has compression and everything, so I don't see why we won't be able to get it running. Now fuel pump, maybe, but that's the plan for right now, is to try to get this motor pulled out and get it going. It's going to be keeping this shroud. I'm not putting the other shroud on it, that's just too much. You got to drill holes in them and you got to play with it and fiddle with it. And this is the one that's built for this motor, so I'm just going to leave it. Plus I think this one looks a little bit better than that one. So we'll go on in and play it. We'll start working on it. Oh no, we're seeing the 73 again. What happened to it? Actually nothing has happened to it yet. It's been running just fine ever since I fixed the starter on it, so it's been doing good. It is probably going to end up needing a new drive belt, but other than that, I would say it's fine. Now, if you guys don't remember, I used to have a John Deere 210. I parted it out and I sold some of its parts, but move this. I still have the fenders and I still have the gas tank. So what I was thinking is, I think those fenders are about the same size as this. That 210 had a 3-gallon gas tank. This only has a 1-gallon gas tank. I had thought about putting that fender, those fender wells on here, and it has the hole here for the gas tank. And just putting that gas tank down there and trying that, have a bigger gas tank for this tractor, because this tractor needs a bigger gas tank with everything I do. So let me know what you guys think. Ooh. That's in the plans for right now with this tractor. If you guys think otherwise, please let me know. The only problem is this has the one clutch pedal where you have to go underneath of the tractor and you've got to unbolt it from everything, and those are fun to deal with. This one, the 212, has the one style where it's bolts. That's kind of what I wish this had. This does have, no it doesn't. Yeah, it does down there if you can see it. It's basically the same as the 210 I used to have, and then this is the brake pedal, not the clutch pedal. It doesn't have that style, so I've got a pedal upstairs I can show you. If the camera will focus, here's what I was talking about. This is that pedal. It's got a pin that would go right there. One of those, I can't remember what it's called, but right there's where your linkage would hook up, and this is your brake pedal. This is the same style as what's on that 112. The 212 doesn't have that. It's a bit newer. There's the gas tank I was telling you about. The fenders are downstairs, but that's definitely a lot bigger than what's on the 112 right now. So that's what we're going to be dealing with. And then there's the hood for the 210. I may end up putting that on the 212, since it'll technically be a 210 when we're done. But I don't know yet. We'll do that when it gets here. So what's going to happen is we're going to completely unbolt this motor. We're going to unhook everything from it. We're going to take the points coil condenser. We're going to take the starter off of it. We're going to take the flywheel, not the flywheel. We're going to take the stator off of it. We're going to probably keep the motor bolts, the carburetor on it, and PTO muffler. Well, maybe not the muffler, but you get the idea. Everything's coming off. So, well, just the electronics, everything else can stay on there. So that's the plan. I may end up selling this motor, I may not. If you're interested, let me know. I may keep it around just as an extra engine. I've got several parts donors around here, but so what I am going to do is I'm going to pull this motor out, and I just explained everything back here. The problem with this is I don't know if the donor engine will run or not. Nobody said anything if it ran or not. I was told, oh, it ran when I parked it. But this was one of those ran when parked, and we know how that turned out. So it's got oil in it. I'm not going to take the oil out of it. I'm guessing this was probably parked because of the oil leak that I'm having right now. I do want to take a look at it once it's out of there and just see if we can spot an oil leak or anything on it. I got another points coil and condenser around back I can throw on here. I don't know if they were any good or not. They're on a junk engine I've got. I found the original motor for that round fender. I had it brought to me, and it's just kind of been pulled apart and scavenged, so unfortunately. So I think we're going to stick with the motor that's on it right now unless I can find another one that's not quite junk. I can use it as a parts tractor or use this as a parts tractor. But that's the plan for right now. So let me go on ahead and I'll get started on this. You guys probably don't want to listen to me ramble all day. So I'm not going to film it coming out because you guys have seen me pull engines before, and especially this tractor's motor. So let me go on ahead and do that, and then I will be back. The problem with those longer forks is they're harder to judge than the smaller forks on where they're at, so you really got to pay attention. Alright, let's try it. See, everybody makes mistakes sometimes. We're not all perfect. I wish it was a perfect world, but can't be. Can't it? guess they wanted a divorce. Alright guys, we got the little motor out. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really as ambitious to get this thing out as I usually am. I've done it so many times that it's kind of boring. So, we got the motor out. We're gonna take it, we're gonna get the stuff off of it that I want. For those of you who think these motors weigh nothing, you should try lifting one yourself and then tell me. Especially all put together and when you really don't have a good grip on it. I'd love to see how many people complain. So, we'll go on ahead and get the other engine up here and we'll start pulling stuff off of this and get this motor taken care of. Here we go. Hopefully, nothing bad will happen. Although I don't have very much hope. Alright you guys, so that last footage that you saw of me putting the strap onto the engine, what it was supposed to be was me pulling the motor out of the tractor. And I guess the memory card filled up because when I got back here, I went to grab the camera and I noticed that it was shut off. And I went to check the footage to see what all I got. And I got me putting the straps on it, but that was pretty much it. So you didn't see it come out, but you did see me bring it in. I got a flat tire in the rear, so I was when I was filming it, I was kind of hoping that the thing would tip back so I had something cool on video, but at the same time I didn't. So I buckled up just in case. We got it in here, so we're gonna go on ahead and start putting stuff from that motor onto here. This is gonna be the motor that goes into the 212 if you're wondering. That's kind of why I drug it up here. So we're gonna go on ahead and start playing with it, get stuff swapped. Alright you guys, and here's the fun part. We gotta crack this loose. I've already cracked this loose. You guys wouldn't like my method of doing it, so I didn't film it. But now what we need to do is pull the, well, and I forgot to turn the camera on. So we're gonna pull the flywheel off. If it'll quit getting caught on the fins. There's the way you should do it, and there's my way of doing it. My way is not always the best. It usually never is. Now here's the fun part. We got to get this off of here. And I think this is resting on, yeah. Let me lift this up quick. There we go. That should work. Now, we get this off. Now we have to get the flywheel. So let me grab. I would prefer the brass hammer, but this one will work. Alright, let's try that. See how easy that is? Little preventative maintenance goes a long way. Alright, come on. There we go. There we go. So now, what I'm going to do on the other motor is I'm going to put some WD-40 underneath the flywheel, hoping it's going to keep it. It'll be easy to get off whenever if I ever need to pull it off again. There we go. Look at that. Set this down somewhere right here. Bingo, 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 bingo. Looking at those right now, they all look like they're stripped, so this should be fun. So I'm hearing people place bets that I'm not going to be able to get these off of here. Let's find out. I'm placing bets that I won't. Look at that. That one was loose. That was easier than I thought. Oh wow, wait. Holy. Let's try this one. I can promise you guys I didn't loosen these. Huh. Interesting. I did cut the camera because I had to go grab my screwdriver. But no, I didn't loosen these. I have had this out of here before, but I didn't loosen it. There we go. Look at that. We're not going to be able to get these out of here, so I'm not cutting it. Well, we may have to actually cut it. No. What we will do, this is not like the Tecumsehs. The Tecumsehs are easier. Problem is, I could take this off of here, but this, if we pull these out, you're exposing the engine, the crank and everything. You can see all of that, so I don't really want to do that. We could cut these wires. You just gotta remember where they go. Well, I would say risk it. We'll cut them. Then we'll just have to crimp them back together. Yeah, we'll do that. That should be easy. Alright, let's get this cut. Don't do it that way. I wouldn't, trust me, I don't want to. There's one, there's two. It'll never run again. Are we placing bets? It's never going to run again. Alright, well, no. Why did I get it in there before? Oh, I didn't. Alright, well, let's go on and go over to the other engine and we will just finish up. Alright, so before anybody says anything, I did pull the flywheel off and I'm getting ready to pull the stator off, and I go to check the camera and the camera wasn't even recording. So I don't know, but right now we're working on this. We're gonna pull the stator off of here. Now if you notice, the patio 112 I used to have with the yellow hood had this exact same stator. I don't know if I filmed that video or not of me when I was putting that back together, but it had this exact same stator on it, and I've never seen one of these before until I saw that. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder if it's newer. That one came off. So right now, just kind of getting these off of here. I wonder which one of these would be better. I'm trying to find my extension that I brought over here. Here it is. Alright, I found it. Let's try this and see. Looks like someone's tried taking this one off before. this one looks stripped. Oh, great. We got all of them off except for that one. Let's try. No. Let me see if I have a bigger one. A bigger Phillips. I might have one around back. Alright, so I couldn't find a different bit. So what I'm going to do, I know a lot of you guys won't like this, but I'm just going to drill this out until the head comes off of it. And then once the head comes off, I'll pull the stator off and that should work. I'm going to put it, I could put it reverse. Now I should be able to. Alright you guys, I had a special screwdriver that I was looking for, but I couldn't find it, so we're just going to try to use this. There we go. We got it. Not exactly the way I like to do it, but it gets it off. Let's see. This stator is no good, before anyone asks. So, there we go. It is missing a few things, but I'm sure someone who knew could get it going. What's this back here, Phillips? what I could do is, no, I don't think I can. But what I could do is cut this. Well, actually, maybe I could. Would grab the angle grinder to do it, but the correct way to do it would be to just unbolt this and fish it through, but what I'm gonna do now, oh, look at that. That just came right out. I guess we could grab the angle grinder. But I want to try this real quick. I just want to try to avoid sparks or damaging the engine. Although doing it this way, I've probably already damaged the engine. Angle grinder. We'll go easy on it. So here's my plan. We're gonna take this and just cut it out. Right here and right here. We're gonna try not to damage anything other than that. So, make sure. What way is this going? Ready? See, I can be careful. All right. So now, look at that. So we should be able to run, of course not. And why is that? Oh. Oh, that was already broken to begin with. Alright. So let me go grab the new stator real quick and we should be ready to go. After this, there we go. All right, now we should be ready. Alright you guys, so let me show you what I've done. On this, I had to cut this to get it out. What I did was I marked the wires and I put crimps on them. This side is a male, this side is female. That's to help keep them separate. So now, I'm going to run the wires through, if I can through here, and we're going to fish them out. I cut that hoping to be able to do it without chopping up the other stator, but it was obviously a little bit gone. And there we go. Let me get that through. Doesn't look like it. I think we're gonna have to run it over like that. But that's not something I want to do. So we can run here. I have an idea. Let me grab the air compressor hose. Alright, ready? That'll help. So now hopefully we shouldn't be running into any dirt. Alright. When you guys see it go through, let me know. Oh, I see. There we go. Alright, now we got her. Alright, so now the way I am going to do it is like that. Alright you guys, I went and grabbed the bolts. We're going to go on ahead and put this back on. Alright. Motor looks a lot smaller now. Oh, I didn't want to do this. Okay. Alright, let's try this. Alright. Let's see right there. Yep. So now, there's, alright. I think we got it. And before anybody asks, I do have another screw. So what I should have done was put some WD-40 on them, kind of help them loosen up the next time I go to pull this off, if I ever pull this off. They will be going back in there tight, but not to the point where you're torquing them down to the point where you got to bust the head off. Should help. One more. Alright. So now that should be on there. Let's get this on there. Then we will be all set. Go ahead and stop the camera while I do that. Alright you guys, so one thing you could do if you wanted to is paint your flywheel. This one sat for a little while. This isn't the one that came with this engine. That one wouldn't work with this stator, but this is one off of another motor I had that I painted. There we go. So now go on ahead and tighten that down. I remember having a lock washer. Not sure where I put that, but it may not have at the same time. So we'll go on ahead and put this on there. Tighten it down. I'm not sure where the other one went to. I'd use that one instead. This one, oh, I know. I have an extra one back here. Alright guys, I'm back. I found it. So let's go on ahead, put this on. If we can. We almost had it. Look what I found. I found a socket. Doing this even easier. For some reason it just doesn't want to go on. This one does. I guess sometimes things just don't go your way. Why is... Oh, I forgot about that. So apparently, when I did this, I should have had it in this way. Well, now what's going on? Alright. Guess that's the way it's gonna go. Nope. I think the reason that it's doing this is because I kind of hit that on an angle, because I had the hood on there while I was trying to get the flywheel off. I must have nicked it. There we go. Okay, where did... Here it is. This may need threaded. Let me see if I have a die that would work. a way to thread this. Alright you guys, so we're going to be taking a back road with this. I know a lot of you guys are probably excited to see this motor run. Unfortunately, brought that tap and die set out. I had no dies that would fit this, and then the bolt snapped in half when I tried putting it back on there. So this is junked, and then over here I've basically given it a WD-40 bath and it still will not come off. This is rusted on there. I've broken it trying to get it off. The dipstick was already broken. It's got a few other things wrong with it too. So I have decided, get off me. Sorry about that you guys, I had a spider on me. So basically, what my plan is I am going to junk this motor. Actually, I'm not going to junk it. It's going to be a parts motor. And I do have... Is that thing still on me? No? Sorry. I do have another motor I found on Craigslist. Here's what happened. I was searching through, I was looking at that and figured all that stuff out that was wrong with the tractor. And I did some last minute looking and I found the perfect candidate for a motor. 75 bucks for this 212. Not sure what year it is, I'm guessing a 75, same as the 210. It's got a K301 motor on it. I was told that it just has carburetor problems. I doubt that. It sat for half a year. It's basically complete. It's got manual PTO. Got a good hood latch. So, wow. I'll have to get that off of there with two hands. So, basically, before anybody says, why are you going to park that tractor out? That's a good tractor. You shouldn't park that out. Brakes on it. Well, the entire drivetrain on it. Variator belts. There was, I think, transmission problems. It's going to need work. So that's not in the best shape. Not something I want to play with. Both front tires so far hold air. And usually whenever I find a tractor, the front tires don't hold air. So if you ask me, that's a positive. Kid I bought it off of seemed to have no clue what he was talking about. So I'm kind of wondering even if it's got a good motor. Old gas in it. Tail lights, no tail lights. So here's what I'm going to do. Before I mess with it, and I pull the motor out of it, we're going to try to get it running in this tractor. So, just to see if the body's any good, if I should consider keeping it or putting another engine in it. I was going to pull the motor out of it and try to get it going in the other tractor, but I think we'd be better off trying to see if we can get it running in this tractor so that we can make sure that there's nothing wrong with it and it'll do what I ask. So that's the plan for right now. I think it has good rubbers, or at least I hope. They look original. Alright, so that's the plan for now. That other tractor, I'm done. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. It's, well, not the tractor, the engine. Looking at it right now, it does look like it was repainted. The hood's got some blue to it. It sat out in the sun for a while, I'm guessing, so that could be part of it. I do have these for it. Came with side panels, so they'll be going on to the 212. and it's going to look complete. I have this grill that came with it. Whether this is the original OEM grill or not, I do not know. I do like the Deere emblem, so that will be coming off. Over here's the grill for the 212. That's the one that I am going to use. So, just an update for you guys. What do you think of my new purchase? 75 bucks. I think I honestly was at the right place at the right time. I mean, wow. 75 bucks. Looks decent. I'm happy with it. Good tires, hopefully a good engine. I've ran into some before, even $150, like that 210, weren't worth my time. So hopefully this will be a good tractor. Motor, I'm not interested in the tractor. It's most likely gonna get that new starter, and I'm not even gonna bother with the stator. So it's gonna keep that stator. It's gonna be probably turned into a electric PTO. I would like to keep that manual PTO, however, if there's a way I can do that. This knob right here, it's in great condition. I may end up swapping that. And then it's got a few other things I'd be interested in keeping off of it. I would like to take all the fenders off of it and put them on that, but no, I don't think I want to. Let me try to get this hood open really quick. There we go. Yeah, it's a wreck. I haven't looked at it. I haven't tried to put power through it. I don't know if it's even going to be able to handle power or not. Here's your positive lead, there's your negative. I wasn't going to run it in this tractor, but I think it wouldn't hurt to try and at least see if we can get it started up in this tractor, and if we can, then put it in that one. So that's the plan. What do you guys think? Give me a comment, like, comment, subscribe. It is a K301 motor. I really hate to... I kind of like the other motor that I had a little bit better. I may end up putting that front cover on this, but I'm afraid if I do that, then, well, things are going to go. So I'm just going to leave it alone. It's going to keep this regulator. It's going to keep the... everything you see on it is keeping, except for that muffler. I will change the muffler, because I do have the one that's supposed to go to it, and I do have this top cover. So that's the plan. I'm going to pull it off of this engine that I painted. I do have some tins I painted. I will most likely put on here. I do have a flywheel that I painted. I might put on there if I end up wanting to change that stator. I probably will, but for right now I just want to know it runs before I mess with it at all. So that's the plan. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video, which will hopefully be get this going.